All right. ChatGPT is finally here to change the way we work once and for all. And that is happening right now.
We're thrilled to introduce GPTs. Eventually, you'll just ask the computer for what you need, and it'll do all of these tasks for you.
So remember, it was about a year ago when ChatGPT became famous and we all started to use it and we all saw the potential of it. And we all played around it and we found it funny, we found it entertaining. We saw the potential, certainly, for the future of work, but it didn't really take off in terms of every company in the world would add it to their tool set and employees were encouraged to start using these AI technologies. It was more that a small group of people and companies and very tech-savvy companies started to apply it. And today you can see the very productive teams. Indeed, they use tools like ChatGPT or even build their own internal solutions. And so we remain abstract and wonder about real-world application. How can it be turned into a solution? How can I use it today? Or we're not seeing the value of it. And maybe that is about to change right now, once and for all. And so what's happening right now? OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, announced their own new GPTs. What are GPTs? Think of them as custom ChatGPTs that you can teach whatever you want and you can make them do whatever you want. So for example, you have very complex processes in your company, or maybe even your product or your service is highly complex. And you can now have your own ChatGPT that is trained with the ins and outs of your company and your processes and can teach new employees exactly how things work. Or you're a small business owner and writing quotes or writing invoices is just too time consuming. And you can now have your own ChatGPT that you can talk to or write to, and it writes the invoices for you. It creates PDFs that you can then share with your prospects or customers. Or you're a busy CEO or manager and it's hard to keep up with everything. It's hard to keep up with everyone. And you might want to have a chief of staff as your own GPT that connects to all your productivity tools, to your calendar, to your messenger, to your email tool. And it can kind of prepare you for the day. It can respond to messages. It can send out emails proactively. It can be basically your assistant 24/7, all trained with whatever you wanted to know. So in this video, I want to talk a bit about how you as an SMB owner or how you as a team member can use this and get up to speed with AI at work. And I would say to start off, number one, encourage your team to use ChatGPT or similar AI models for work purposes. And we're not talking about text generation and little gimmicks here and there. We're talking about thinking how to integrate AI in your daily job. And then point number two, which is the main message of this video, build your own GPTs. Get familiar with how this thing works right now. And actually the setup is not that difficult. A lot is already simplified by just having a chat interface. So you don't need to set up a lot of complicated things. It's actually talking to you and asking you what you want. And you just need to be a bit smart in what kind of instructions you want to give. But you can improve things later on. It doesn't need to be perfect from scratch. And I think what's interesting to begin with is to start thinking and talking to your team where you actually see some time losses, where you see some improvements of quality of outputs, in which step of the process are people a bottleneck. But my message is just start simple and then get operational, and the real needs will pop up and people will have feedback once you get going. Number three, do an AI audit in your company. And maybe you don't have the skills or knowledge in-house, and that's totally fine. Maybe you're overwhelmed with how AI can actually be applied for your workflows or processes. There are many agencies out there, consultants and just technical people that can help you with that. Even just going on Google or platforms like Fiverr to find consultants, experts might be a good first step. It might also be worth finding these one or two people in your organization to make them kind of in charge of AI at work and give them the freedom to explore new possibilities, carve them out some time to play around with these tools. So what does this mean for the future and what should you keep in mind as a company? Number one, fast adoption means competitive advantage. And I completely believe that companies that manage to leverage these AI technologies faster will definitely have an advantage and yield better results. I mean, think about it. If you can produce better results, faster results, and even exceed the expectations of your customers, you have an unfair advantage. So again, for example, if you can deliver a quotation within minutes after a business event or after a trade show, you have an advantage. Or if you can provide your customer with some extra tips on how to use your product or how to get more creative with your product, again, it will give you an unfair advantage. And also, AI doesn't need to do all the work. And maybe there are even tasks where AI could be applied, but we don't want to apply AI to that because there is still some kind of advantage or value in doing the things manually or the old way, then that's totally fine. And I think what's important to stress out is that there are going to be hardly any limitations, especially for internal workflows. And again, look at OpenAI's latest release of GPTs. Think about it. You can have your own ChatGPT with the skills that you wanted to have and the capabilities you wanted to have and connect it to pretty much any productivity tool out there in the world. So you can probably take any internal process in your company right now, and I assure you there is a way to automate it using AI. Now, not everything should be automated, obviously. The thing is, if you are still manually filling up forms or typing up documents, entering data in some spreadsheets that are not even meant to do calculations because they just happen to be your business tool, then it is definitely about time to give your tool set an update. So this video was a bit more of an update on what's going on with ChatGPT and all these things around. And I hope you like this video. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm usually dropping videos every week, and probably next video is going to be a great example of how you can build your own GPT and let it do some magic. Yeah, so my mission is to bring AI opportunities a bit closer to you, and I hope you liked it. If you need any help, please feel free to reach out to me, and see you in the next video.